And we're back. I'm still figuring out lighting. So we were talking about Actors Access today on TikTok, and I wasn't able to get a lot of information across in 1 minute, which is why I do these videos. So guys, the landscape of musical theater is changing, and I've done a lot of videos on that too, but the point is that digital submissions and live submissions, they're not going anywhere. We're even heading in the direction, and I'll make videos about this too, but it's going to be a lot more live auditions via Zoom and having digital lobbies that we just kind of hang out in. So my point being, all of you who are sending me questions about, I don't know where to get auditions, I don't know where to find auditions. Number one, you just have to start looking. And Actors Access is one of the top platforms that casting directors use to find talent, and talent reaches out to casting directors. What's nice about Actors Access is you don't have to have that middleman, you don't have to have that agent. So my biggest recommendation, like I said in my video, is to go get familiar with the culture, get used to seeing what listings look like. You can see what it looks like when Wendy's reaches out and says they want some edgy, I don't know, frickin' redheaded girl that can ride a unicycle, whatever. But you'll get to see those. Commercials get listed there, student films, which I also recommended in the past because they have state-of-the-art technology, and usually film students are always just looking for actors. You're not in a pool of competition like you would be at an audition for an actual feature film or something like that. I mean, you might still have to audition, but whatever. The point is, student films is a great resource to have on your reels. Whatever, I digress. But Actors Access, you'll see everything from student films, commercials, straight plays, feature films, extras, so you can show up and make $200 or something like that. But it's a great way for you to start understanding the industry. It's a great way for you to start immersing yourself in the culture and speaking the language and seeing what it means when there's breakdowns for things, understanding how to submit for things. It's a free website, so even if you have no money, there's no reason, if you're actually reaching out to me and saying you want to take this seriously as a career, to not just go explore Actors Access. It's free. And even if Actors Access is not the main platform that we end up using, because there's a lot of different services like that. Look what's happening to TikTok. But you know, there's a lot of different breakdown services and platforms like Actors Access. But since it's free, I recommend, highly recommend, that you go and just make a profile. Get used to uploading headshots, and that sounds like a simple thing, but there's always some technological issue. It's always going to be there. So upload your headshots. I think you can upload like 2 for free, so that's great. You can upload your resume and understand and get used to what that feels like and see in your resume and editing on that platform. Like, why wouldn't you, you know? You have to pay to audition. So I think it's like, and you have to research this, I'm not coming to you as an expert on it, but you have to pay, I think it's like $2 or $4 per audition. Again, if you go to the website, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Like, oh great, there's the student film that needs an edgy Asian, great, I want to submit for that, that's perfect. And then basically what you would do is you have your account set up, and then you pay like $2 to $4 to submit directly to the casting director and creative team of that production. You don't need an agent to come recommend you for that. And then basically what they do is they go to your profile, your website, on Actors Access. You have an entire profile set up, and then they get to see what you've uploaded. And that's the great thing about Actors Access, is basically it's like your website, but it's a collection of acknowledged actors' websites that casting directors go and find talent from. So it's a great resource for people that don't have agents, great resource for people that say they don't understand like where to find things. It's a great thing just to get used to as far as immersing yourself in the biz and in the industry. And honestly, and I'll say this at the end because this is an entire another video in and of itself, I know that we don't have money. Believe me, I'm a struggling actor right alongside everyone else too. But the point is, at some point you're going to have to invest somewhere. So I say this with love, try to take the mentality of, especially for my younger students here, try to change that mentality of, help, I have no money and I don't know what to do. Help, I have no money, I can't find auditions. We gotta flip that somehow and change that narrative into, hey, I would love to figure out what things would be the best to invest in for my career, because you're gonna have to invest in it somewhere, whether you're saving up for Laducas, whether you're saving up for a good microphone, because sound quality, as we can tell in this video, because sound quality, more than anything, more than people think, affects the overall impressions of your video. So if you're like me, that's like your next step. But you always have to invest somewhere, right? And that's not just musical theater. If you want to be a lawyer, if you want to be a vet, if you want to be a therapist, if you want to whatever, the list goes on and on. So it's not that I don't believe you when you guys reach out and say, I don't have money, but you have to save somehow, or you have to figure out how to make something happen, because you're going to have to spend a little money. But considering this website is free and you only have to pay if you want to audition, for submissions, why wouldn't you go there, right? I think the year-long membership is something like, it might have gone up. It's been a while since I did my original membership with them, a very, very long time ago. I think it's like $68. So for some people, that's really worth it. If you're planning on being a person in this industry that wants that connection, that wants that network, that wants to be seen on one of the most widely used platforms, that's not a bad deal, because $2 and $4, that adds up a lot, especially when you feel like you're really right for a project. And now is the time that you have the time to do that and get familiar with this platform. So again, Actors Access, one of my number one things, I think, very practically legit, that any actor aspiring, just graduating, young, just go study that. That's a big tool that the professionals use. You have to be 13 to have an account, I believe, and if you are under 18, then I think that you have to just have like parental consent. But there's that. There's no reason you shouldn't explore it and get used to it and see what it's like to be out there, kind of dip your toe in the digital world of how things are going to only evolve even more into digital auditioning and video quality and self-submissions, and that's what we're all working on together, you know? But again, practical tip, I always try to keep it real. Actors Access, go look at it, go study it, and then come back to me with all of these questions about you don't know where to find auditions and how to do these things. But we'll keep making videos, okay? Love you. Man, these early days of these vlogs are just so rough.